theater, how we doing? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Make some noise if you're queer. My family's here. Oh my God. Thank you so much for showing out. My queer folks. We like to say that, right? Folks with an X on the end. Y'all heard that? Folks? Because everybody in the community is our ex, right? Where my exes at? Exes, make some noise. Where you at? Where my future exes at? Make some noise. Hey, take a chance. You never know. I mean, look, I'm in an open marriage because I enjoy being a stereotype. I don't give a fuck. Nah, I'm in an open marriage because she like to stay home and draw and smoke weed, and I like to go out and fuck. I'm 5'4" if that matters, you know? 5'4" and I like to fuck. 5'4", we shouldn't walk around saying we like, but you know, at last, here we are. Any straight people come out tonight? Any straight people in the house? All right, yeah. Hey, B. Hey, don't boo them. Nah, don't boo them. Nah. Y'all know they made us. You realize that, right? We wouldn't be there without him. Like, we need them. Like, we need both of them. Like, that's it. Where my bisexual folks at? Where you at? Make some noise. Make some fucking noise. It's crazy. I got y'all to stop talking for a second. Where my pansexual folks at? Where you at? All right, yeah, my intellectuals. Where we going there? That's right. See me after a show. I got something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Titties. Who don't love titties? Oh man, I do though. People, my name is Ange. People like to get confused about my gender, and I'm just like fucking same. You know? They ask me what that's short for. Ange, that's interesting. What's that short for? Ange. They're trying to trick me. You know? Can I buy a vowel? I know what you're doing. You know? A hint, a clue, something. What's that short for? Ange. If they ask me enough times, I'll troll them right back. I don't give a fuck. I'll be like, it's short for androgynous. I see like 2-3 people didn't laugh, so I'm gonna tell y'all what androgynous means. Where my dumbasses at? Dumbasses, make some fucking noise. My people here. Dumbasses, I'm gonna tell y'all an anecdote to describe androgynous. My bad, dumbasses. An anecdote, that's a short story. All right, here's a short story to describe androgynous. I was a lifeguard for like 6 summers, okay? Forest Park, pool, you know it. Springfield, where my Springfield head's at, oh my God. Sumner, you know it. That's my least Springfield voice for my most Springfield bit. Girl, we're on Belmont. My family is ashamed of me right now. All 142 of my Irish Puerto Rican cousins are mad. I was a lifeguard at the Forest Park pool for 6 summers, and I shit you not, like every fucking day for 6 summers, somebody would come up to me and ask me, was I a boy or a girl, while I was wearing a woman's one-piece bathing suit. But that's the definition of androgynous, like, cause I have long ass titties, like, I know you can't tell right away cause I stay strapped, my guy, but they're long, and people see me in a bathing suit, they start gesticulating towards them. So are you gonna get top surgery soon? You know what I mean? Like, as soon as you see them, you're like, so are you gonna cut them off? They don't look great on you. I'm like, yeah, I know, but they are nice, okay? And honestly, what a treat to have them, and I get nervous. I get nervous about the thought of top surgery, cause like, what if I'm on a ship? And the ship, nay, a cruise, and nay, a yacht. And the yacht is sinking, you guys, and women and children. Women and children, I'm my ass fucking. Waiting in line. How else am I gonna get on the lifeboat? That's what I'm trying to say. These are like my little lifeboats. So I'm gonna keep them slapping and flapping around, okay? My other long titties in the house, where we at? Slap them up, clap them up, where we at? Yeah, we never enjoyed a trampoline, you know? No? We don't run up and down stairs. No, not today, not tomorrow. That's right. Not without black eyes. That's right. That's right. Stay strapped, my guy. Yeah, I'm all for fuck the binary till the ship going down. That's what I'm saying. Oh, man. People love to make assumptions, right? Some people love to do, especially about us, right? You know who you are, straight people. You love to make assumptions. And they like to say, they'll be like, Ange, be honest, right? You must, like, get, like, a lot of pussy. Right? Like, I go to the grocery store for it? Bro, like, come on, like... like, I need some Captain Crunch and some pussy. And honestly, I'm just like... Well, I do, but, most of it's mine. You know? It's just, I feel like this. I love swimming. Y'all know this. We went over it. Lifeguard, right? I love swimming. I just don't really want a pool of my own. That's kind of how I feel about having a pussy. Like, I love swimming, you know what I mean? I just don't want a pool of my own, right? That shit's a lot of fucking work, right? You gotta, like, balance the pH and shit like that. Right? Bro, did you know you had to do that? That shit's fucking part of it. Plus, like, you don't really know who's your friend and who's just trying to, like, take a little dip in the pool. You know what I mean? Like, you can never tell. Like, it is hot out, so I don't know. And I think probably the worst thing, and I don't know this from all the way from experience, but people do definitely try to come by and just, like, throw their kids in it, you know? And, like, again, not from experience, but I've heard that kids could ruin, like, a perfectly good pool. All right, y'all gotta film it if I get jumped by moms after this. Like, Ang Buxton, Western Mass stand-up comedian, jumped by moms. It's like, moms, your pools are fine. Like, I'll still take a dip, my Nah, I'm saying I'll stick to swimming in other people's pools. That's where I'm at right now. Y'all, this is fucking incredible that this is happening, right? This is insane. I love this so much. Yeah. I've been telling Glenn, I'm like, give me a night, and let me do a queer showcase here. We'll fucking make that shit happen. And he's like, I don't know. And fucking yeah, this is what I'm talking about. We're building a queer comedian scene in the Valley, whether you knew it or not. It's happening, right? So we have locals on this show. We got friends from New York that came for this show, and it's gonna keep happening. So just keep coming to this shit and telling your friends about this shit for sure. Mondays, we've been running this open mic at the Majestic. It's super queer friendly. Listen, the only way we keep to build this scene is if we keep going and performing and filling it with like-minded individuals, right? So we gotta keep doing that to make this shit work, okay? So thank you for being here. Fuck yeah. Yeah. And then speaking of a local, so this next first comedian actually, his first time ever coming to a mic in the Valley was the Majestic's first week of our comedy open mic there, and he crushed it. And I was like, you must have been doing this forever. And he was like, nah, not really. And then he's just fucking been taking the scene by storm, like one bike story at a time. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't want to spoil the set, but clap your hands right now for Francis Tierney, everybody. I'm so hyped for y'all to see this.
Hello. I don't know what bike story Ange is talking about. I'm going to talk a lot about actually penises at first. So I have an 8-year-old kid in my life who I babysit sometimes, and he's really obsessed with penises right now, which, same. So, and it's developmentally appropriate, so I'm happy to talk about penises with this kid until we're both blue in the face. So, one day we were hanging out, talking dick, and he asked me, would you rather have an extra ear or an extra penis? Which is a funny question, because I have so many extra penises, but it's an interesting question because it made me realize this kid doesn't realize that I'm trans, which is interesting because most people do realize that I'm trans. One of the ways that I know that is that I'm often confused with the closest trans masculine person or just like the closest lesbian or whatever. Like if I'm at the store and someone comes up to me and asks for help finding an item, I know that there is a 16-year-old employee with pronoun pins somewhere in the store, and we will go find them together. So this kid doesn't realize I'm transgender. I think that this means I'm stealth, but only with children. Like, I am perceived as cisgender by people who don't know what gender is. It's fine, I'll take it. It's better than the opposite, right? If the only people that realized I were trans were children, that would be fucked, because adults can't ask kids to keep secrets. That's not developmentally appropriate. Here's the thing, though. I don't care to be, you're queer, but I don't care to be perceived as a cisgender man. I used to want to be perceived as a man a lot. But the thing is, if I was gonna be perceived as a man, if I wanted to pass, I basically could never express joy. Like, I can't gesticulate, I can't intonate, I can't say thank you, I definitely cannot say please. Sometimes when I have to hop on the phone, I'll like try and do like a man voice so they perceive me, and it's like, hey, I need to schedule a pap smear. It's like, that feels terrible. That doesn't feel authentic. So a massively relieving thing for me was to realize that actually, like, most people don't give a shit about me. And that sounds kind of like a bummer, but what I mean is, I'm like an extremely self-obsessed transsexual, and cisgender people are like really preoccupied with genitals, and I don't want them perseverating on my dick. And so I used to be really, really concerned about that, but then I realized most people actually don't perceive me at all, and that is so freeing. And part of that is my positionality. Like, have you guys ever tried to find porn with trans men in it? It's not easy, right? That's about as close as it gets to not being perceived, which I love. But then, when people do perceive me, specifically when cisgender people perceive me, it's too much. It's way too much perceiving. Like, I guess what I'm saying is, like, when I was living as a woman, the quantity of unwanted sexual attention that I experienced was a lot higher than it is now. But as a trans man, the quality of sexual harassment that I experienced, top tier shit. There is nothing like it. I'm telling you. Like, I'll be at a restaurant minding my own business, and some middle-aged woman who is like someone's aunt will see me, and she will beeline over to me and knock over a table to tell me that she sees me, and I am brave. And she has so many transgender friends. And meanwhile, her husband's in the corner, and he also has so many transgender friends, because he's on Grindr sending me the blurriest picture of his dick you have ever fucking seen. And he's telling me what he thinks my asshole looks like. And it's like, he's wrong. They're always wrong. My face looks young. My asshole does not look young. Speaking of my asshole, the men's bathroom is a bummer, right? It's a bleak place. For those that haven't experienced, I'll tell you about it. One thing that's really struck me is that the latches on the stall doors are like almost always broken. It's really bizarre. And there's usually like piss on like every surface. And sometimes there's shit on the floor. It's wild in there. It's like a petting zoo. But it's like a petting zoo that recently experienced domestic terrorism. Like, everyone's just trying to get the fuck out of there. It's a very dark aura. I think I know why. I think the problem is, I think that men hold in their shit for too long because they think that that's what it means to have grit. It's true. How else are we gonna know he's a man? How are we gonna know he's a man if he's not stoically clenching his tight little sphincter until he has sepsis? We won't know. That's the only way to tell who's a man. Yeah. It's rough in there. And I recently learned that some men think it's like an injustice that women have cleaner bathrooms than us. They think it's a sign that society isn't taking care of men the way that they should or whatever. That's asinine. That's predicated on the idea that women are also taking a shit onto the bathroom floor, and they're not doing that. Women are not waiting until they are so desperate to pinch one off that they're smashing through the latch on the stall door. That's not happening. Women are sharing Tide pens in the bathroom. Women are building a surprisingly sexually permissive environment in the bathroom. It's true. I feel like this is a good crowd for this. I feel like if you were a person of dyke experience, I feel like you know, like there's something weird that happens when like a drunk Christian girl goes into a bathroom and sees you. It's terrifying. Yeah, the men's bathroom, not as sexually permissive. It's just men standing in a line, gripping their penises, not acknowledging each other. It's weird. All right, let's keep on this topic. Let's stay on theme and keep talking about men. Who here has used a dental dam before? Okay. You ruined my joke a little bit, but that's fine. One person, before Corey, only one person that I've asked this question to has ever said that they've used a dental dam, and it was a bisexual man, and I don't know if I believe him. I feel like he could have been virtue signaling. I think I'm a bisexual man, so I'm allowed to do bi-male erasure. So here's the thing, probably maybe one of the reasons none of you have ever used a dental dam before is because where do you get them? You can get them on Amazon, but that feels sort of ideologically inconsistent with being a dental dam user. I used to use them exclusively for eating ass, and that is an extra lonely place to be, and I will tell you why. I find that people tend to fall into one of two camps. They either think it's gross that I want to put my mouth on someone's hole, or they think it's prudish that I need a dental dam to do so. I do not get a lot of support in my life, certainly not from the people I'm having sex with. They don't like it either. No one likes dental dams. But they're supposed to be harm reduction, right? That's right, Corey? Yeah. But they're not. Here's why. The same thing happens every single time I use a dental dam. I get going, I'm having fun, and I start to lose oxygen in my brain. And so I take a big inhalation of fresh ass air, and always I suck the whole dental dam into my throat. And then I'm choking. I'm asphyxiating on a piece of plastic that is smothered in E. coli and other ass bacteria. That's not safe for sex. That's not harm reduction. Here's the thing, too. If we're keeping it real, dental dams are used for a fairly low risk form of sex, okay? And so, people are not getting HIV from eating ass, right? People are not getting HIV from eating pussy. People are getting genital warts from doing those things. And what am I gonna try to avoid getting HPV? That's like trying to keep spiders out of my apartment. It's a losing battle. It's not worth it. I'm just gonna end my set by saying I think that don't use dental dams. They're not worth it. It's kind of fun when you stop using them. Actually, I will show you. Between you and me, between me and all of you strangers here, I will tell you, I actually stopped using dental dams when I started being on testosterone, and I don't know, that's a complicated thing. I think that testosterone doesn't change who you are as a person. It can kind of help you fit things into place so that you can kind of reach more capacity, and I think for me that capacity is being a person with disgusting fetishes. And so I just want to say that me wanting that E. coli in my mouth, I feel it's important to say that's my gender journey. I'm not speaking for all men. Okay, you guys have been awesome and fun. Thank you.
There's the Tierney, everybody. Oh my God. Oh man, Corey, how's it feel to be called out by name as the one person who's used a dental dam? You know the valley's small when someone raises their hand and the comedian immediately clocks their name, their social security number, the date of their last period, their fucking who their exes are. It was so fucking funny. And if you can't tell, Francis is a sex educator. So clap it up one more time for Francis. Hell yeah. Francis will often guest host for me at the Majestic Monday nights when I'm not able to make it, as does our next comedian, who is another staple in the Pioneer Valley area for comedy. She's been doing this way longer than I have, has been on all types of shows. Every time I ask her, what are your credits, she's like, meh. But funny, that's her credit, she's funny. Clap it up right now for Molly fucking Hynes.
Oh, hey. Hey, you guys. Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm bad at small talk or if I was possessed by a horse that died of starvation. You know? Hey! 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 My partner asked me, like, hey, can you stop being so melodramatic? I would rather die. My kid is so cute. I enrolled them in ballet classes. So cute. You guys, they cannot dance. Horrible. 4 left hooves. No, I do. I kind of like, I want a kid. You know, I think about that sometimes. But I don't want to have a kid. You know, you don't know what's going to come out. Could be ugly. Could be stupid. You know, people say, don't worry, you'll love it just the same. But will I? You know, I don't want to risk that. I want a kid that you can look at. See, that's a good baby. That's a baby that's deserving of love. See what I'm saying? I don't want to have a baby. I want to steal one. I'm so broke right now, though. If I got pregnant, I'd have to keep it. That's not a good place to be. I wish, like, if I could get pregnant, but instead of a human baby coming out, it would be like a baby squirrel. Or, like, if I could do that, I'd be getting a ticket for littering. Yeah, I am still so upset about what they did to Lola Bunny. You know, Lola. It's like, I think it's messed up. Like what, a rabbit can't be femme and play basketball? Like, yes, both of those statements objectively, that's true. I like sandals, I like wearing sandals. It's like whether you have a shoes on or a shoes off household, either way, I'm gonna be tracking something on your carpet. It's how I like it. I know that I'm bisexual, less because of my attraction to men, and more because I would rather live in an unfinished attic than move in with my girlfriend. You know, like, you know, yes, I love you, but I would prefer the 3-season porch. Sometimes, you know, people say, like, how do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Mirror? Mirror still, probably. If I had to guess, I'd say the mirror. I don't know, it's hard being me. I've never really felt like I fit in, even as a child, you know, always ostrich-sized. Yeah, it's hard, you know, I'm on my last legs at this point in my life. Last legs. My baby legs. I finally fell out. There's not gonna be any more legs after this. I'm trying to be less self-defeating, but it's hard. I can't go down on myself, but I can get down on myself. I do. I get stressed out. Sometimes I want to run away. You know, I have this fantasy, like, what if I just ran away? And then I remember, too old. That's just moving. That's not what I want. Sometimes, you know, when you're in a rough time, people will try and comfort you with saying stuff like, don't worry, God has a plan for you. I don't find that comforting. Look at the Virgin Mary. God had a plan for her, too. No, thank you, God. I'm gonna be sticking with plan B. You hear about the giant spiders? You hear about the giant spiders that are coming? 5 to 10 years, giant spiders falling from the sky? Yeah, you gotta Google that when you get home. It's a thing. Giant spiders falling. I know people aren't excited. I am excited for the giant spiders falling from the sky. You know, it's like the way I see it, like less snow, more spiders. It's like the more things change, the more they stay the same. Like, honey, dinner's in 30. Go throw on your jacket and play in the spiders. You ever hear you eat like 7 spiders a year in your sleep? You think that's just with your mouth? I bet my vagina could eat a spider. Right? Yeah. Are we old enough in here? Do you remember the old OK Cupid? I miss that. That was fun. Take an infinity-long personality quiz. Discover which local slob I'm gonna have sex with tonight. You know, they're the best questions too. Like, do you enjoy kicking a dog? Always, sometimes, rarely, never. How important is this question to you? Very important, somewhat important, a little important, not important at all. Oh, I miss that. I don't know. Maybe I'm an asshole, okay? But to be honest, when like a girl sends you a picture of her cat, it's like, how am I supposed to respond? You know? Like I've never seen one before. Oh my God, what is that? It's a cat. I don't know. I've made some choices. I got caught red-handed, masturbating on my period. Yeah. I went to the gynecologist. Hot take. I don't like the gynecologist, you know? Gynecologist, just another person that's been inside of me that I pretend not to recognize out on the street. Yeah, and you know, like when you go, you see them, they'll ask this question, like, how many people have you had sex with over the past year? I remember when I was younger, I'd be so embarrassed to answer that question. I didn't want to tell them. And now I still don't. But it's a little different. Like over the past year, how long is a year? 18 months? Can you say 18 months? Listen, doctor, you know, I know you're gonna have to write down your number, but I can't have the whole medical community walking around thinking that I don't fuck anymore. I fuck, doctor. Boy, do I fuck. No, I'm doing okay. Not to brag, I did crush some pussy the other night. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was my neighbor's cat. Yeah. Somebody'd already hit it with their car first. Sloppy seconds, am I right? You guys, that pussy was destroyed. I don't know. I feel the same way about semen as I do about eggnog. You know? It's not like the taste. I'm just not gonna swallow it. You know? people, say, oh, like you're ruining the moment. That's not sexy. It's like, hey, it's my Christmas too. Spin out that eggnog. I do sometimes think a lot about, like the intactivists who are like so upset about the foreskin thing. I feel for them. Like obviously I don't have any skin in the game, but I feel like they're being gaslit because it's like, I get that being upsetting, and there really isn't a point. People say like hygiene. No, not. Like you see those guys who have like walk around with like the toothpaste that's like dried in the corner. Like those guys shouldn't have foreskin, but other than that, I don't know. People talk about those diva cups. I kind of want to get one of those, but they're like $40, and I don't want to buy one if I'm not going to use it. So I've just been trying with like the knockoff disposable, the Dixie cups. See how I like that. I caught salmonella. Yeah. The fish princess. Yeah. I guess I gotta get out of here. Before I go, I wanna tell you about this experience that I had. I was out at the park. I was, at the parks and there's like benches and fences, and I was sitting on a bench and there's like a fence, and as I'm sitting on the bench, there's a little bird that lands on the fence, and I'm looking at the bird, and the bird is looking at me. We're making eye contact. And in that moment of eye contact, I farted a little bit. And as I was farting, the bird pooped a little bit. You guys, we're all connected. Thank you. Good night.
All lines, everybody. Keep it going. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, we are all connected. Speaking of which, if you don't know the people near you, give them a fist bump right quick. Ask them how they're doing. Go. Do it, go. All right, now ask them for their number. Take that shot, yo. Shoot your shot. You got this shit. We're all connected. Oh my God, we got any football fans in here? I'm trying to find like 2 queer friends that like football. If I can just find 2. Will you be in my fucking fantasy football? I have an all-women and non-binary league, and I need 2 people. Will you join it? Okay, Catherine Lindsay, everybody. Clap it up for Catherine. I just need 1 more person to join my all-women non-binary fantasy football league. Just 1 more. Hey, find me over there after the show. Oh, okay, what's your name? Spencer. It's Rachel. It's Rachel, who I thought's name was Spencer. Spencer, give it up for Spencer, a.k.a. Rachel, everybody. In my defense, I clocked the name Rachel, said no, and decided it was Spencer. And then Spencer's friend was like, that actually fits your vibe like way better than Rachel. And so now that's Spencer. Everybody, Spencer, everybody. Oh my God. I love football. I've always loved football my whole life. I actually played when I was growing up, when I was like the only girl in the league and on the team and shit. Back when they were like, don't put it on the news, right? Like they were like, we don't want to encourage that kind of behavior, right? Not nowadays, it's like hashtag she can do it too, you know what I mean? Not when I was a kid, I played and shit. But it just makes it that much worse that I now have family members, like dudes that have been in my life my whole life, that try to mansplain football to me. My guy, I know what a fucking D end is, oh my God. That was my position. We were on the same team. But it's alright, cause what I do to get back at them is I take them out bowling. Y'all know bowling? Word, I just dyke-splain bowling to them. Like all fucking night. Y'all know dyke-splaining? Right? Mansplaining that just goes on for hours. I'd be like, bro, that's not how you put your fingers in there. There you go. All right, thank you. I got some merch on that table over there. We got a Dyke Explain shirt. I just need to tell that joke so you can buy the merch. Hey, we got a special guest. Special treat was in the area already. Can't fucking believe it. This comedian and I were on a bunch of Zoom shows together during the pandemic, which is how we met. And funny as fuck, cannot believe our luck that we got this comedian on the show. She hosts a show in New York City called The Garlic Renaissance. Definitely check that shit out. Clap it up right now for your favorite female intern, Danielle Deluty.
Okay, I don't have a lot of time, so I really need to get right into it. Fuck the body positivity movement, okay? This is a scam invented by the US government. Okay, and before the woke mob burned me at the stake, I'm not talking about the size of the body or the color of your skin. No. Has anybody ever looked at a human body before? It's disgusting. Nobody here can look me in my eyes and tell me, Danielle, your hemorrhoid is so beautiful. Anyone? Is anyone gonna say that to me? No, because you would be lying and that's very disrespectful. My hemorrhoid is not beautiful, okay? She's a violent imperialist. Who is currently, right now as we're talking, colonizing my one and only butthole. Okay, so that's actually my impression of a French woman who's not conventionally attractive for once. Thank you. No, it's not true. I'm actually from New Jersey. I am from New Jersey. No, I'm here. I'm visiting from New York. I'm visiting my best friend in the whole world. Jess! Okay, everyone clap for her. I'm from New York, and about a year ago, I went on a date to the 9/11 Memorial Museum. Anybody else? Are you laughing? Because, yes? Okay, I'm the only fun one here? Okay. I don't know what your problem is. Name one thing more erotic than the war on terror. You can't do it. I went to the 9/11 Museum on a date. I thought it would be cute. And anyway, we're just going through the exhibit, you know. And at a certain point, the guy that I was with leans over and he's like, "You wanna get out of here and bone?" And I was like, "Oh, this guy gets me." We had not even finished the entire exhibit yet. Whatever, we know the ending. But before we left, we did make a pit stop at the gift shop. There's a 9/11 gift shop, you guys. There is so much 9/11 merch, way more than I thought there would be. 9/11, actually quite profitable. And I gotta let you in on a little secret, okay? They got some sick deals at the 9/11 gift shop. Literally every item is on sale. It's actually kind of weird. It's everything is buy one, get one free. There's a whole case of Swarovski crystal jewelry that's 30% off. Okay, what a steal. Also, why are they selling Swarovski crystal jewelry at the 9/11 Museum? That is just one of many questions that I actually have for the creative and curatorial team. I don't know if we have anyone who knows 9/11 industry in the room, but I do have a lot of feedback and I just feel like I could contribute a lot to the creative direction of the museum because honestly, as a tragedy museum, kinda underwhelming, okay? I don't like to toot my own horn. I know it's very gauche to brag, but I did lose a lot of family in the Holocaust, so I've been to a lot of tragedy museums, okay? Everybody knows if you're gonna have a tragedy museum, you gotta have a pile of old leather shoes somewhere. Ideally right in the entrance, okay? Lube up the crowd, get them horny for tragedy. What does the 9/11 Museum have? Oh, one singed fire truck? Come on, bro, it's just not gonna cut it. It's just not gonna cut it. Sometimes I think about going back there because I left the gift shop empty-handed, which is so stupid. Sometimes I think about going back and getting a souvenir because there is a magnet that they had and it was buy 3 magnets, get 1 free. And I should have gotten one. They had this magnet, I still remember it. It said 9/11, never forget, and a picture of the towers. It was all in rainbow. It was a pride magnet. And I would love to have that on my fridge. Like, never forget, the war on terror is inclusive. I don't do transitions. Anybody have kids? Amazing. I know a lot of people who had babies in the last year, and I met some kids truly with the cutest names of all time. I met a baby Joaquin. I met a baby Otis. I met a baby named Poppy Lou. What? So whimsical. And I have to concede, like, I don't know if parenting is like in the cards for me, but the opportunity to name a human child, oh my God, the rush of power you must get. And it's so great when, like, you know, Poppy Lou's parents, like, they're having fun. Good for them, okay? Then you got parents, there's this couple I know, I went over to their house to meet their kid, their new baby. And the dad is like, Danielle, meet Michael. I'm sorry, did you just say Michael? Did you name your child Michael in the year 2022? Why would you do that to a child? Also, I did this joke a few nights ago and someone was like, how dare you? I was like, dude, we have enough Michaels. And he was like, it's a timeless name. Hashtag not all Michaels. You name your kid Michael, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, do you want your child to not have a personality? Like, is that... Think of every Michael, Mikey that you know. Michael wears New Balance, okay? Michael likes beer. That's just how it is. It's just, like, and some people, like, when they hear me say this, they're like, that's, like, not fair. This is a baby. Like, this Michael's 2 months old. You can't judge him. I promise you, this baby Michael growing up on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, his first words are going to be, I'm socially liberal and fiscally conservative. That's just what the data tells us. Michael's parents also, like, they made this comment when I was visiting them. They were like, oh my God, like, we have to buy so much stuff for this kid, like the environmental impact of having a baby. Yeah, Greg, it's not good for the environment to have a baby. You know why? Not good for the environment to be a person. We're the only species that even has a carbon footprint, okay? Every other species, you wanna know what their footprints are like? Regular, degular footprints, okay? If you really cared about the environment, Greg, you would kill yourself. Not only did you not do that, Greg, you added another Michael into the mix. Earth is so jazzed we have another Michael. Okay, honestly, I was recently ghosted by a lame-ass bitch named Michael, okay? Just inherently humiliating to be waiting for a text from Michael. It's very sad and really, like, real of me to, like, admit that to you guys here. Yeah, ghosted by a guy named Michael. Yikes. What's so weird is that, like, sometimes I still, like, have, like, you know, sex dreams about him, which, hello, dumb girl brain, what? I mean, like, the dreams have, like, evolved, you know, like, these fantasies change over time. Like, I used to be like, oh my God, I can't wait to kiss on the lips. And, like, now the dream is more like I give him a hand job and he comes so fast, like, psychotically fast. He's, like, Googling it afterwards because he thinks he has a medical problem. He's like, did she break my dick? No, Michael, you broke your dick. Because guess what? In my fantasy, when you ghost someone, your dick dies. I do want to tell you a little bit about, like, my personal self, just like some background. I come from a family of racist, homophobic, rich, Orthodox Jews. Anybody else raised by villains? Oh, we're laughing. Do we think Jews are villains? No, some of them are. Some of my best friends are villains. I like to tell this to people up front. Like, I was a problematic child. I had some terrible opinions. You know, I was like brainwashed. But yeah, I was a teen Republican, okay? Yeah, I got into Ann Coulter in high school. Read her books. More than one. Why am I sharing this with you? Like, why am I airing my dirty laundry? Because, okay, I am at the beginning of my career in comedy. I can't afford to get canceled, okay? That's why I'm just blackmailing myself now, okay? This is me leaking my nudes ahead of time, okay? This is me showing all my blackface yearbook photos ahead of time. I control the narrative. Yes, I was a teen Republican, but you're hearing it from me. And that's important. Obviously, like the Ann Coulter thing, like obviously that was just like me not realizing I was also into women. Oh my God, who is this blonde woman being a cunt? Why is that so hot? I mean, intellectually compelling. Better to be attracted to her ideas than to her body. Way less problematic. Yeah. What's so dumb is that like, even after like the 9/11 guy and Michael and like understanding that I'm queer, I like still keep going towards dudes. No one who identifies as a dick has ever made me come, okay? And I don't know what my issue is. It's like I have like straight FOMO. Like I gotta get a boyfriend. I have to or I'm gonna miss out on all this cool stuff. Like crypto. And war. Anyway, my name is Danielle. You can follow me at Female Intern on Venmo. And Ange, you're amazing. Please give it up for Ange one more time.
Fuck yeah, one more time for Danielle. Hell yeah. How we doing? Still good out there? Still good, huh? Yeah? Fuck yeah, one time for Faye and Luke at the bar real quick. One time. What'd you say? Next Wednesday, Phelan puts on what is arguably, and I'd say arguably, objectively the best, and I work at the Majestic, I'm saying this, objectively the best drag show in this entire fucking world. You know it, right? And you're in it, so that's why you know it. And it's next Wednesday, and it's right here. So I'm just saying, it's like nothing you ever seen. Give it a shot. I do, and then look. The other ones are good too, but next Wednesday. Hey, we got another comedian for you. Clap it up right now. Hold on, don't clap it up. I lied. I'm so fucking hyped that we get to have this person on our show because first of all, funny as fuck, and second of all, she's got West Side Comedy feature. She's got movies that have been recognized in Sundance. Got words in the Miami Herald. Like, we're talking like somebody you should go hit up after and be like, can I get your number? Clap it up right now for fucking Catherine Lindsay, everybody.
Hello, everybody. I am Catherine Lindsay, and I am single. I don't really have many jokes about that, but I just visited my parents, so I'm practicing saying it with confidence. I want to say I'm single with all the confidence of a man. Specifically, a man I am dating. I'm in a situationship right now. That's a relationship a man won't admit to. For those of us who aren't survivors, here's the vibe. He recently gave me his Hulu password so we could watch a show together. Aww. And then the first title on his continue watching page was Dating While Married. A deep dive into polyamory. And I don't have a problem with polyamory, I just don't have the time. But when a straight, cis, 35-year-old man tells me he's polyamorous, what I hear is, I look unemployed. coming out as polyamorous is like coming out as the human version of Burning Man. All right, these jokes are going better than in Brooklyn. I'm really happy to be in the Pioneer Valley. I went to college here, as did everybody who's willing to pay thousands of dollars to answer questions like, what is power? I'm really excited to be back, though. This is the highest Birkenstock to human ratio I've experienced in a minute. I have been traveling. I did recently go see my parents. I took a flight on Spirit Airlines to go see them because I didn't want to see them that badly. Spirit Airlines is called that because it's the only airline when you book a ticket, you're acknowledging that by the end of the trip, you may be a spirit. My pilot sounded 19. I think he was an intern. He was flying that plane for class credit. Not a class he cared about. I was excited to go back home to Florida. Time's different in Florida. You spend Christmas at the beach and go to lunch at the strip club. And if you ever do find yourself at a Miami strip club, I recommend you order the chicken. Doesn't make sense until you realize they have access to all the best breasts and thighs. I do that joke just for me. Time's different in Florida because everything is always trying to kill you. From my personal experience, that includes sharks, alligators, the priest of my childhood Catholic church, hurricanes, Republicans, my friend Celeste cocaine dealer. His name is Mark, he prefers Cash App to Zelle, and he is very sensitive. When I first moved to New York, people were warning me about all the crazy people, but being from Florida, I thought crazy in New York was too commercialized. In New York, somebody puts on a pair of cowboy boots, grabs some tidy whities, plays the guitar. That's a tourist attraction. That's the naked cowboy. In Miami, somebody slings a boa constrictor around their neck, slaps on a pair of gold lame Speedos, unicycles down the beach boardwalk. That's Dave. Naked cowboy's doing it for the money. Dave's doing it for the love of the game. My first night in New York as an adult, I was too cocky. I was on the subway in the wrong direction for 12 stops before I realized that the train, like me, goes both ways. I ran off the subway. It was 2 a.m. My phone battery was at 3 a.m. I was at 3%. I was desperately calling an Uber with it. There was no street lights on. There were no cars. Finally, somebody slows down, a car slows down in front of me, I jump in, and he goes, how much for the night? As an 18-year-old, I was like, I don't know, you're my Uber driver, you tell me. And then I realized that I thought he was giving me a ride, but he thought I was giving him a ride. So I said, oh, you're not my Uber driver. And he said, oh, I'm not your Uber driver. And before you could say Taken starring Liam Neeson, I was out of that car. And now I'm an adult. I've lived in New York for a while. I think back to that night, and I'm so glad that I'm safe. And I think, what would have happened if I stayed in that car? Would I still be behind on rent? I'm gonna tell you guys a couple of dad jokes, and by that I mean jokes about my dad. His name is Alvin. He goes by Al. People call him Big Al. He is a grown man with a vendetta against a cartoon chipmunk. There is one bar in my hometown, and it has one drink named after a person. It is called the Alligator. It is mostly vodka. My dad believes he invented the word hey. The word hey. That's on Al. He has 2 outfits. He has his workwear, which is a pastel polo shirt, a needlepoint belt, and khakis. And then he has his casual wear, which is chinos, shorts, and a Grateful Dead concert t-shirt. I have never seen him wear jeans. He went through a 3-year-long Rubik's Cube phase. You've heard of parents that have been radicalized by Republicans. My dad is radicalized by Democrats. Every morning he wakes up, he makes his coffee black, and then he sits down at his desk to scroll through the Facebook page Occupy Democrats like it is his morning news. Once he's amped up enough, he goes to foxnews.com to read the articles. No, to start fights in the comment sections. And finally, my dad genuinely believes he has a spiritual connection with Princess Diana because they were born on the same day. My mom is Cuban, my dad is lucky. My dad's a wasp, which means I have a boat shoes dad and a fresh off the boat mom. I said it. It's okay. I said it. You can laugh. I don't look very Cuban, but I'm very proud of being Latina. Recently, I was pulled aside on the streets to be asked for directions in Spanish, and it made my whole week. Not only did this woman know I looked Latina, she thought I looked like I knew where I was going. Having a white dad and a Cuban mom makes me biracial, bisexual, and not bipolar, but it does feel like a missed opportunity. I am depressed. I was very depressed as a teenager, which I recommend. It is the only time the people who the people who caused your trauma will pay for you to heal your trauma. I'm in a good place mental health-wise now. Do you know how much your psychiatrist has to trust you to prescribe Xanax and Adderall in the same appointment? I've been seeing mental health specialists for too long. The edges worn off. Because most people would be like, I don't know, like, how do those things interact? I was like, Judy Garland who? The CDC was tweeting facts about women recently to prove they've met one, I guess. And one fact they tweeted was women between the ages of 25 and 44 have had 4.2 sexual partners on average. So we're lying. I know we're lying because I turned 25 6 months ago. You mean to tell me this is the first time I've excelled for my age? If that were true, that should be the slogan for being 24. 24 years old, too old to be a child prodigy, just young enough to be a whore. 4.2 sexual partners on average. I've had 4.2 sexual partners my average manic episode. I have been trying to get more serious about finding a partner, but I don't really have time to date, so I'm just trying to showcase my best traits during hookups. So a lot more people have been coming on me recently to prove I'm a team player. And I'm fine with it, but in fact, I think it's kind of cute. When people with penises come on you, they come. And then they go to get you a little towel to clean yourself off. And then you have time to turn around and actually make yourself come. I do have some feedback. people with penises all come the same. They all make the same noise. It's mostly a series of grunts and then, ah! Why are you surprised? If I had a penis, I'd be fucking all the time just to find catchphrases. I'd be like, did I do that? Splash zone. Honey, I spunked the kids. People I went to high school with are starting to get married on purpose. Yeah, I agree. East Coast liberals, we love to make fun of small town folks who marry like their high school sweethearts. In the grand scheme of things, Kaylin is sampling wedding cakes and I am going on Hinge dates with people who have breeding kinks. If you don't know what a breeding kink is, congratulations on your limited internet use. A breeding kink is, sorry in advance, the fetishization of, stay with me here, impregnating someone. I told you! I had been seeing somebody from Hinge for a while, but he didn't want a commitment, so it was casual. So we went back to his apartment one night casually, and then we started hooking up casually. And then he said to me, I want to fuck you with a growing belly. Casually. First off, the word belly. What are you gonna do next? Ask me for some apple juice before night-night? Second, but 10 minutes ago, you thought posting a 24-hour Instagram story of me was too much of a commitment. Pregnancy? The ultimate commitment. Luckily, not all guys are like that. Somebody I was seeing surprised me. They called me on Valentine's Day to explain why they had ghosted me. And they gave me such a Brooklyn bullshit excuse too. They got on the phone and they were like, Catherine, I've been working through it in therapy. And this was a man, so they paused for applause. Therapy. And I realized I've been associating a lot of anxiety and heaviness around sex. And our relationship was so sexual. I associated that anxiety with you. Pussy so good it gave him anxiety. I grew up Catholic. It's okay. I still identify as Catholic the same reason I identify as a woman. I love rules and shame. When people ask me why I'm still a Catholic, I say, for the drama. There's a lot of negative perceptions and criticism of the Catholic Church. And I have a microphone, I'm on stage, I want to make something very clear. 100% true. All correct. It's not that I'm Catholic, it's that I have Catholic vibes. scandals aren't even what drove me from the formal church. It's more the time commitment. Ask any 10th grader named Liam. Going to church is like playing varsity basketball, but for Jesus. There's no rule that says Jesus can't play basketball. When you saw one Prince of Jordans in the sand, it was then that I went hard in the paint. Hey kids, I hear you're pretty excited about March Madness. Well, I'm here to spread the good news of the original March Madness, the resurrection of Christ. Holy! I like to be submissive in bed. It's how I've learned a lot of the men that I date are losers. It is so clearly the first time they've had any access to power. I have seen public school substitute teachers with more confidence. Having a soft boy from Brooklyn try and dominate me is the same emotional experience as having somebody cry while they're apologizing to me for making me cry. Why are you so upset? I'm the one with a collar around my neck. Have you ever had somebody ask you to spit in your mouth in a feminist way? Anytime you spit in my mouth, it's feminist. Oh, I hit puberty too young, clearly. When I was in 5th grade, a boy named Eric pulled me aside on the playground to ask me what shaving was like. My mustache had come in so thick I had confused him for a father figure. My first sex dream was a threesome with Jasmine and Jafar. I should have known I was bisexual a lot younger. Other little girls wanted to play Disney Princess Dress Up. I wanted to play Disney Princess Dress Off. As a bisexual woman, a threesome with Jasmine and Jafar still reflects my love life. Every woman I date is beautiful and kind, and every man I date is a villain with facial hair. I wasn't hot growing up, but I was a slut. Nevertheless, she persisted. When I tell people that, they assume I either was very popular or had a great personality. I was a theater kid, I was a horse girl, and I did improv. That is the trifecta of annoying. When other kids would get their yearbooks, people would write, "Have a great summer, never change." When I got my yearbook, people would write, "Have a great summer, shut the fuck up." And I've never forgiven my math teacher for that. Not being hot growing up, but being a slut means I put out, but just with the debate team. Losing my virginity was searing pain and staring at a perfectly constructed Lego Star Wars Death Star. It was honestly the most impressive part of the entire experience. I stayed with that guy for 2 years after that because I was like, listen, the sex was bad, but clearly he can put in the work. That's a man with attention to detail. Now I'm hot, but I'm still a slut. I don't say I'm hot because I'm confident or mentally stable. I say it because I'm bisexual Latina and I've seen the Pornhub trending page. The numbers are on my side. I'm very sexual now, which I think is to make up for all those years I spent reading books with maps in them. As a teenager, I thought the height of sex appeal was whoever was playing Doctor Who at the time. Some Whovians in the house. I love to party. I love to club for the same reason that I love to online shop. I love to build anticipation for days at a time, only to feel disappointed in myself for spending so much money and feel kind of weird about my body. But I keep going out, I keep going to the club for the same reason, because I'm always chasing the high of my best ever night at the club. I was underage, as you always are at your best ever night at the club, with my best friend, who was even more underage, and using my little sister's fake ID to get in. The only thing they have in common is that they are both Cuban girls. Sometimes you gotta let racism work for you. Two important things I did not know when I was entering the club that night. First, the club was being hosted by renowned artist, celebrated Vine star, Waka Flocka Flame. The second is that it's the birthday of beloved rapper and celebrated artist, Waka Flocka Flame. So when I got into the club, I had a goal, because partying is only fun if you have an itinerary. And that was that I needed to party with critically acclaimed musician, Waka Flocka Flame. So my friend and I decide there's only one way to do this, and that is to locate his bodyguard and stare at him. So from the perspective of this bodyguard, this club is filled with drunken, sweaty bodies and the ghost twins from The Shining. Finally, he's scared enough to let us in, to lift the velvet rope and let us join Waka Flocka Flame's entourage, which I can only hope is called the Flocka. I'm having a great time, I'm dancing, I'm drinking champagne, and finally, I'm introduced to him, the birthday boy, the man, the myth, the legend, the Waka. And he is the most drunk I have ever seen a human being. He was a walking model house, the way the lights were on, but no one was home. If someone at the table had gotten a cut, he could have breathed on the wound to sterilize it. He looks at me and without saying a word, fills my champagne flute with Hennessy, which I have never drank. But who am I to deny Mr. Flame? I throw it back in one gulp, and I look at him, and then he says the first word of this entire encounter, which is just, another. Before he can make good on that threat, somebody thrusts a microphone in his face and goes, "Yo, Waka, happy birthday, freestyle." Somebody looked at this walking coma of a man and said, not only is he good, he doesn't have to play the hits. He can improvise. Freestyle? That sounds like a DUI test if every police department was run by fairy tale trolls. I thought I was about to watch the musical equivalent of Quibi, and that I knew it was going to be short-lived, but I was preemptively embarrassed for everyone involved. But Waka grabbed the mic, leapt onto the benches, and delivered 16 bars so hard, so fast, that I kind of believed why white movie executives think that a rap battle can end racial conflict. inspiring. When the song was over, he slumped forward like a Disney animatronic at the end of It's a Small World After All. And that's what makes Waka one of the best musicians out there. He commits. When the beat drops, so does he. All right, everybody, I'm Catherine Lindsay. Thank you very much.
Hell yeah. Oh, I gotta put this down because we got a short king coming on the stage next. Y'all, we got one comedian left, and how we feeling? Go ahead and stand up and stretch your legs and give your little butt cheeks a little air, because like, we got one comedian. I want to make sure y'all are comfortable. This show's been fucking fuego, but we want to, you know, yeah, crack the neck, all that shit, yeah. I'm not kidding, like, really get comfy, you know. Are you, oh, I thought you were asking a question. Yes. Couple things before I invite our headliner up. I've got some shit over there. There's this show next Friday, and if you came here, you can go to that one for free. So that's over there. Don't go right now to do that, but before you leave, you can do that. Are we feeling ready? We're feeling so ready. This next comedian, you probably know from TikTok and didn't realize you know from TikTok, and absolutely now that you've been here, you're gonna be like, oh my fucking god, the algorithm keeps showing me this person because your phone is listening to you. They contribute to not only Reductress, but also the motherfucking Onion. I don't know if you've heard of it. And I know them because they used to run one of the best Zoom open mics ever called Are They ... You know. And it was fun as fuck. Clap your little hands together right now for Max fucking Gross.
Thank you for understanding that I am first and foremost a short king. I recently found out I was 5'3", not 5'2", and it was the best day of my life. What's up, guys? I'm Max. I know my voice is a little bit scratchy right now, but don't worry, I tested for COVID, it's negative. I did find out what was wrong, though. My bong had mold in it. Yeah. Had, it's past tense, I'm not a monster. It turns out that was not COVID, that was consequences. I'm actually sick because I'm sick. I did have COVID about a year ago, and people told me it'd be fine, it'd be mild because I was vaxxed and boosted. But I'm immunosuppressed, so it wasn't. I had to go to the ER. And when I texted my parents I was on the way, they said, wow, that'll make such good material. Thanks, dude, I might be about to become immaterial. This is not... What jokes do you want me to make about this? What's the deal with me not having a living will? If you have an inflamed left atrium, you might be a redneck. The fluid they found around my heart is gender fluid. Thank you. I actually am trans, not just because the fluid. If I look different than the few of you who know me the last time you've seen me, it's because I am transitioning from oat milk to Monster Energy as a person. I have been told I look like the cool S people draw on desks. Yeah. Also, last time I wore this outfit, somebody said, why are you dressed like a PNG? So that was cool. I am basically just like a Brooklyn bro now, but with titties. I've been calling them the boys, and it makes my life so fun. You know, like, hey, boys are down here. I slept in a tank top. The boys snuck out overnight. Are you an ass guy or a boys guy? You can't say that one in churches. I do know I want to get top surgery. I know because I'd get dressed and be like, there's one thing wrong. There's two things wrong. And I know I want it, but I also know it would make it way too easy to tell when my nudes are old. Way too easy. People could be like, hey, are you actually taking these right now because you didn't have your banjo frog yet? Also, you still had titties, that's different. I've been looking into the process of it, and for a lot of places, you need to get 2 letters of medical necessity, 1 per. And it's a fucking annoying process, and I really think it's so fucked up that in this country, it is harder to get gender-affirming care than it is to get bangs. Where are the background checks? Where is it? The angle that they have to take sometimes with these letters of medical necessity is that if you don't get this top surgery, you might kill yourself. Do the same for bangs. Do it. Do the same for bangs. Either one if you say you're gonna cut it yourself, 72-hour hold. I do have really good news though. I've been talking to doctors, and next month I have a date for a consultation for surgery. The amount of money I am going to save on the gold bond I am not putting under these holy shit. I cannot wait. Based on the timing of the consultation and when it's gonna probably work out, I think I can say this is the last titty summer. This is the last one. I am assuming they do not let you keep them. Probably not. If I could though, I would throw them behind me like a bouquet. Whoever catches that is trans now. The Republicans don't tell you, but that's exactly how it works. Anyway, you guys ever think about vampires? Yeah, there's gay people in here. Come on, we read Twilight. I liked Kristen Stewart a normal amount. No, this is serious. Legend has it you can only kill a vampire by stabbing it in the heart with a stake. That also works on regular people. That method kind of works across the board. If you really think about it, all creature murder is just regular murder with a soupçon of something else. You know, like zombie, hit it in the brain, murder. Werewolf, shoot it with a silver bullet, expensive murder. Hydra, cut off all 3 heads, efficient murder. Most people, you only need the one. Also, a basilisk will die if it sees itself in the mirror. That's just trans. That's just... I think that's just a trans thing. This one's just a little PSA for you guys. People say drugs are hard to kick, but I think that's just because most of them are very small. Enough about drugs. I had a coworker a few years ago who had 3 kids, all under 10, and their names, I wish I hadn't asked, were Jet, Cruz, and Blaze. Those are not names, that's a rich stoner schedule. I am so sorry to tell you, but naming your children that will not get them closer to having powers. You know, Jet can fly, Cruz can walk on water, Blaze can get a neck tattoo, I guess. Honestly, those kids are gonna be trans just so they can get better names. This one's for my Princess Diana heads, including Catherine's dad, apparently. Alvin. Princess Di is both a nickname and a very concise biography. Too soon, is that? Once they make a movie about a tragedy, you can say whatever you want about it. I think that's the rules. Did you guys ever go to public school and then look back and be like, oh, that thing we did was propaganda as hell? Yeah. In 2011, I was a freshman in high school. Also in 2011, the United States killed Osama bin Laden. Or as everyone kept saying for some reason, we got him. And I was in US history, perfect I guess, and my teacher made all of us write a letter to ourselves 10 years in the future to remember where we were the day Osama bin Laden died. Like 9/11, even though it's categorically the opposite. And I know myself, there's no fucking way I stayed on topic in that letter, okay? I know it 100% was like, dear me, we got him. Anyway, hope you're a pop star now. P.S. Did you ever figure out that gay thing? Hope you're good. Which was awesome. So we wrote these letters, put it in an envelope, and addressed it for our teacher to send 10 years later. I put my parents' address on it, because that's where you live when you're 14. Eagle-eyed viewers may notice, 10 years have passed. My family moved 5 years ago. So now a random family in suburban Maryland has a letter from where a gay child was on the day that we got him. My favorite part of this too, I was thinking about this and I was like, what if somebody finds me? Like, what if on stage and they're like, oh, there they are. I'm trans, I changed my name. The name I signed that with was a nickname and still not my legal name. So if they go looking for me, I'm a gay child who doesn't exist. Speaking of children who don't exist due to several chronic illnesses and an IUD, I am functionally infertile, ladies. I don't mean to brag, but these birthing hips are display only. I don't like to think of my uterus as barren. I like to think of it more like one of those abandoned warehouses people throw raves in. You know, get some glow sticks and a DJ in there. Can't spell infertile without lit. I am only on birth control to be as cool as the girls in the birth control commercials. You know, they're fun, they're flirty, they know how to synchronize swim. Some of you remember that commercial. There's always somebody who says something super dramatic. It's always a girl with a beanie on who's playing drums or bass who says some shit like, music is my baby right now. I can't raise a child and the roof. The only thing I want to feel kicking inside me is this beat. Which is why we're going to Max's uterus. I was driving here recently and I saw a sign that said, drive like your kids live here. But because of the IUD, I would drive very surprised. I got it 3 years and 4 Kinsey scale points ago. So thank you, so many aggressively clapping at this. We'll have to talk about gay birth control? I don't know. I'll talk to people about anything. I got it 3 years and 4 Kinsey scale points ago. So now 9 times out of 10, it's not for function. It's just mise en scène. You know, like it's just environmental storytelling. So somebody can go, yeah, something heterosexual once happened here. The first time I ever took a pregnancy test was when I was 14 and a virgin. And I took it because I heard a pregnancy rumor about myself. Everybody knew I did not fuck, so that's not how it got started. What happened was I brought an entire roll of cookie dough to school. And I ate the whole thing in one day. Like the worst way to eat a cheese stick or a not so slim Jim. That pregnancy rumor started the same way the Greeks got myths. People saw a disaster and needed an explanation. If the idea of me getting pregnant via cis-man sex is surprising to you, get in line. I am bisexual, but I mostly sleep with men in an incel way. Where if a woman would just fuck me, I wouldn't have to live like this. Careful, I'm paying attention to who claps too loud. I do think birds and bees is a weird term for sex because I would not fuck either of those animals. Pelicans can stay, but only because the throat game ridiculous. That joke is called I had to think about what bird would suck the best dick. And my favorite part of comedy is sometimes people come up to me after the show and they have like pitches for ideas. A lot of people have input on what bird sucks the best dick. I love that. Seagull! They could do it. Swallow. God damn it, do you want to do this instead? This is yours now. You guys, I've never accomplished a New Year's resolution in my life until this year. It's August. Is it stupid if I ask if any of you are still doing yours? Yeah, just no. People saying no openly. I never accomplished any of mine until this year, and that resolution was pegging! Yeah. We did it on International Women's Day. I am not a woman, but that day for the culture, I am. Doing it on International Women's Day felt like the pegging equivalent of losing your virginity on prom night. It's kind of like, okay, it's cliche, it's expected. You gotta go to the bathroom beforehand, grip the sink, look at yourself and go, you can fucking do this! I know what I'm doing mechanically on the other side of the penis, flex. But I don't know how to dirty talk yet. So what I did is I called this man Champ. Like a fucking Little League player Champ, why? Why did it? Apparently my only references for like male bonding are gay sex and sports, I don't know. Gave him orange slices when I was done. Get back out there, buddy. But not too hard, I need that later. It has given me a lot of sympathy for people with a natural strap. Especially if they can empathize with me with their dick falling off in the middle sometimes. Fellas, anybody else's dick fall off sometime? Like a scared lizard? No. I have a really fun new follow-up to Is It In, which is it on? I wish comedy was my day job someday, but for now I have a little side job where I'm a copywriter. Basically, I do work for an agency where if other companies don't want to do their social media, this company does it. One of our clients is a national car battery brand. They are the sponsor of NASCAR, so we don't like them. I'm just going to start with that. I was in a meeting and they were coming up with memes, which is a hilarious thing for 40-year-old men to tell you they're doing. And one of the ones they came up with to be relatable is they were like, you know when you just really want to get away from your family, so you sit in your car in the garage? So some of you are ahead of me. I had to unmute myself on Zoom and go, hey, that's how you kill yourself. That's 100% how you kill yourself. It was bad. Oh yeah, you want to get away from your family? You will get as far away from them as you can. I don't know what the angle they had on this. I was like, hey fellas, ever want to end it? I can't condone your decision, but we can power it. I had to tell them, okay, also now, I'm the guy at work who knows how to kill himself. New problem. They're all at least 10 years older than me, so I tried to play it off as an age thing. I was like, no, you don't get it, okay? You don't get it. I'm just young and cool and know my options. I am mentally ill. Make some noise if you're surprised. You don't have to do that, it's okay. Look at me again. Does a person who dresses like this seem okay to you? I'm on stage and I was still like, I could be looked at more. Oh God. I am mentally ill. I have depression, anxiety, and PTSD. So I am a triple threat, but only to myself. My parents think all depressed people know each other. They think we all hang out, even though like kind of the whole thing is we don't hang out. We have Twitter, they don't know about that one yet, they don't know. But I was living in LA a little while ago and I got back to my apartment and there was a morgue truck in the parking lot. And I found out what happened. A guy had shot himself in his car and killed himself. My parents saw this on the news and texted me a very well-meaning, "That could have been you." I said, "Nope, he had a car." He had a car, he's doing better. As I told you guys, I am trans. I'm just a regular guy, you know, I wash my pussy with Old Spice like everybody else. I came out to a childhood friend of mine a while ago, and I figured she'd be cool with it since we both have a lot of queer friends in common and she's queer. But what she said to me was, "Wow, I've collected every letter of the LGBT. You are about to collect these hands." LGBT stands for Lauren gets beat tomorrow. QIA stands for quiet, it's ass kicking time. And the plus stands for whoever else wants to join me. This next joke, I would feel remiss if I didn't include it, but I have to set it up with some context. This feels so weird to say. Clap if you know me from TikTok. A few of you. Okay, Catherine, I know you in real life, we drove here. This is a bit that popped off and a lot of people saw, and it is outdated. The thing with being trans is I am constantly out-transing my own jokes. Okay? Some of these are from like 2.0. I am realistically on gender 3.5. This shit keeps updating overnight like an iPhone. I did not ask, I just wake up and it's different. For this next joke, the pronouns are different, so please assume that I have fake lashes on and I'm trying so hard to be a good woman. My pronouns are they, she. As in, everybody must use they, but I will not correct my mom. Turns out I actually won't correct anybody because my gender is no worries if not. The she is there less of a pronoun, more of an alibi. So if my mom asks about the they, I can be like, I'm just holding it for a friend. Or multiple friends, she has no idea. Great news, like I told you, that bit is old. I came out to her a few months ago, which went well. That's how I can tell this is a trans audience, because I said I came out to my mom and people did not clap. They waited to hear how it went. They waited to hear how it went. No, it went really well. She's finally kind of getting it. At first, she's trying, but she did ask me if she could use we pronouns for herself. So like, we're not fully there yet. I have been doing they, he now, again, gender 3.5, just keeps going. And the weird thing about that is that joke is what gave me like the entire online presence I have now. And it's so weird to talk about that on stage, right? But that's how I got any of the internet recognition. 2.5 million people saw that, it was 40 seconds long. 2 million people knew me for 40 seconds, and the person they knew is already gone. Shit is different now. And I am constantly having to come out to people, and it is exhausting. But it's really fun. I'm never gonna stop doing trans material, because sometimes it's not sad, it is fucking ridiculous. Mostly fuck. Okay, first of all, clap if you're trans in here. Oh, that makes me so happy. This is separate, but based on information from 2 people I talked to before the show. Clap if you have a frog tattoo in here. A non-zero amount. a non-zero amount. Comedy has been very gender affirming for me. One time, a guy came up to me unprompted after a show and said, "Hey, you tell jokes like a dude. You know, set up punchline. No bullshit storytelling. Fellas, is storytelling a female trait? Do bitches be telling tales? Fellas, is it gay to revel in the hero's journey? What, are you weaving a narrative with your little bitch hands?" I fucking love it. The way people have adjusted to me being trans is so beautiful. It's been really nice. People have been so quick with adapting to the pronouns. I was at a party recently, flexed again, and while I was there, I wanted to determine if I could shotgun applesauce. Because I never got to be a 14-year-old boy, but damn it, I'll do it now. So I pulled out a very small knife to cut a hole in the applesauce, and the guy next to me goes, "Damn, this bitch has a knife." Quickly corrected by, "Sorry, this motherfucker has a knife." That is the #1 ally I've ever met. My pronouns now are mofo. And if there's one thing I could leave you guys with tonight, some little Terrence knowledge, it's that everyone will respect your pronouns more if you're holding a knife. Thank you, Carry Knives. My name is Max Gross.
Let's go! Oh my God! I've been on testosterone for 2 years and I feel my most high tea right now watching my short friend fucking kill. My dick grew 1 inch while I was back there. Hey, thank you so much for coming. Has it been fun or what? Yeah. Yeah, and we're doing this everywhere. Right now, take your phone out right now, real quick. Real quick. Go to Instagram if you have it. If not, get your friend's phone, go on their Instagram, and type in BUX_wild. That's me. I'm doing queer events. Fucking literally, it's my 3rd one in a row. It's not a joke. Like, it's everywhere, and we need you. And you gotta come out and you gotta chat with us, okay? Like, you gotta follow me right now, BUX_wild. I'm on Facebook too. It's Ang Buxton. But honestly, like, let's keep growing this. Let's keep growing the scene, and let's get to know each other. If anyone here is an asshole to you throughout the course of the night, come find me so I can scream at them, okay? Like, I'm serious, because you don't know who's here. I'm just saying, it's been a safe night so far, but you don't know who's here, and I will fucking stab a bitch, okay? Yeah, and also, Brenna, oh my God, I was gonna say thema, but that's, I don't know, I just like added a TH, you know how it'd be like they's and dental thems or whatever the fuck? Listen, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I got merch there. We got tickets for, we'll be at the Majestic this coming Friday. A great show there as well. And if I can get my comedians to the stage so we can take some pictures, and Brenda's gonna volunteer to take these pictures, I just decided. Thank you so much, everybody.